Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 212A. It's the Tier 9 Soviet SPG. This one's located on the east spawn of Paris, and it's under the command of talon1958 of OLIMP. And it's his first entry for this week in the weekend competition for the Lion. And it's fairly late in the week. It's a Saturday morning that I'm recording this. Game on. Well, they must have been very busy, or they were having terrible games all week, but talon1958 and Angelina75 have a contest every week to, or at least most weeks, to try and win the weekend Lion. That is, whoever wins with the best starting battle gets the highest mastery or the best number of medals. They get the weekend Lion, and they can stay in on Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning and enjoy themselves, whilst the other partner has to get up and look after their little boy, who happens to be rather active early in the morning. Okay, 212A, based on the KV-222, it's got a 203mm howitzer, capable of 900 alpha rounds out near the target. It's capable of 900 alpha, 52mm of pen, 10.4 meters on the burst radius, between 12.5 and 28 seconds of stun. Now that was a raw, and we just saw the explosion exactly where he fired from the last time. So straight from the off, the enemy Arty is trying to counter battery Talon. So it was a very good thing that he actually moved after he shot, because otherwise he would, at this moment, have suffered almost a direct hit, or maybe a serious hit. Rounds out, lands near the Skoda, but he has to move straight away. He's only going to move slightly further forward, and look at that, they go for the spot that he was last in, and they miss him. You can see there's the impact crater. So they were a little short, but they were trying to counter battery him. Now, the 212A never got built because the KV-222 was only an intermediary design to try and design the next tank for the KV-3. They came up with, they took a couple of KV-1s and they slapped extra armor on them and a different engine, because of course it's extra weight to put all that extra armor on. And they put them out to test. And in actual fact, they designed... Oh! Found the enemy Arty. It's one of them anyway. It's the only one, actually. He's on the move, rounds out, looks good. Very close. Now, that guy's not going to be so happy about counter battery now, because he's on the receiving end and he got hit. So he wasn't moving about enough. Okay, we're into a new spot, and that avoids him getting another hit on us. In fact, you can see now the M53 has actually moved out from the area he was in, so I don't think we're going to be receiving any more shells from him as he's round the corner. So what happened was they actually put the KV-222 and the T-150, which was the other tank that they actually strengthened, and they put them out to test. And although they were successful, they actually went with the KV-3 design, which was it is a tier 7 tank in the game. And that had the extra armor, same armor, but a different turret. So they actually fitted a different gun. The KV-222 only has a 76mm gun, whereas the KV-3 could have anything up to 122mm. Of course, even the KV-3 was not, if I remember correctly, not put into full production, so it never actually got built. So the 212A never had a chance of being produced, even though it's actually quite a good design if you think about it. It's a heavy tank design. It had the power to actually move about. It was just the casement around the gun. Oh, and there's the enemy Arty, and that was almost on the target. Now, I didn't see where his shell went, but it certainly looked as if somebody actually spotted him. It was the CS52 list. He got a shot and took him out the game. So that's good news for us, because now we can focus on the enemy tanks. Now, Talon's focusing on this ridgeline here, directly in front of our guys. Now, they've been actually caught in a crossfire now, and these guys are going to go down. Oh, direct hit on the Progetto. And the Skoda gets taken out as well. And so both of those guys have now been killed. So now Talon's free to move up as much as he wants without fear of being taken out by the enemy, because they're rather too busy fending off our guys. Now the KV-222, or rather the 212A, does have a rather narrow field of fire. It's only 4 degrees either side of the center line, and that means that you get massive reticule bloom every time you have to move the vehicle to re-aim at the enemy. And you don't have to move much to get that. He fires the round in just ahead of the AMX, but he does get stunned. Now, the thing about these games is that he wants to get as high a mastery as he can. And since mastery is linked to the amount of stun assist you can get, what he's trying to do is trying to hit these tanks. So he stuns them, and then his teammates will actually go after them. Standard reload, 37.39 seconds, and his reload is 30.11. Unfortunately, the AMX just killed our LT432. And it's a good job that Talon actually knocked these trees down, because now the enemy is pushing back on our guys. I don't think the Saladin's in it at all, but the Sharpview 204 is actually facing the T26E4 and of course that AMX M449 Liberté. This might be the opportunity for Talon to get a few shots on that Liberté and suppress him. Enough for the Shah to use his autoloader to take them down. So these trees are actually acting as really good concealment. Okay, he's ready to go, and it's the Saladin who's coming around the corner first. That's not enough lead to actually hit the target, and the Shah is in trouble now. We need to suppress this guy here. Rounds out, and he gets the kill on the Saladin. You notice how I'm pronouncing that now? That's from Kingdom of Heaven. Actually, I seem to recall him pronouncing it Salahadin in the film. Very good film to watch, that. It may be historically inaccurate, but certainly a very good film to watch. Okay, the AMX M449 is now threatening our CS52 list. He's up near the balcony. There he is. He's just popped up, lined up, and round about there. He's going to pop forward to... Oh, no, he's backing off because our guys are coming up. He gets stunned. And our CS52 is moving around to a position where he can get shots on that guy. The Scorpion's coming up. That is the last enemy in their team. And he's gone. Taken out by the Cobra. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the third-class tanker for talon1958 of OLIMP in the 212A. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. It's showing 3, but he must have got 5 to get the medal. He also got a win rate of 631, which is not very good, I'm afraid. But then he didn't get a chance to get a huge amount of damage, because most of the tanks he were actually firing at were either the enemy Arty or the tanks that were sitting behind that burn in the middle of the field, and very difficult to get shots on those guys. But he did get a couple of kills in the game. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see he's way down the table when it comes to damage. The high scorer was the E75 on his team, who managed to get a high caliber and steel wall for 4,795. The second highest hit points was the Progetto 46 on his team, 2,934, and he got a Leather Slaves medal. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the Sharpfuture 4. Didn't survive, but he got 2,649 hit points of damage. When it came to talent, 717, way down at the bottom. In fact, you can see he's only fifth from the bottom, actually, in this one. So it's not a high score. And it's difficult to actually get good damage scores in the 2128 on this map, unless there's a lot of enemy tanks in the field, and they're very silly. Because, of course, sometimes the enemy will make mistakes. And sometimes you do get to shoot in a different direction and can shoot towards the bridge, where the enemy is normally plentiful. When it came to kills, we can see the high scorer was the Progetto. He got 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Liss. 2 kills went to the E75 and Talon. And on the enemy team, 4 tanks got 2 kills. And that included their Wizzy 120, their AMX M449 Liberté, the Jagdtiger, and the T26E4 Super Pershing. And he picked up a Leather Slaves medal as well. When it came to base XP, well, he's a little mid-table on this one, because the E75 managed 1,350, the Progetto 46, 1,189, the Liss managed 1,012, and they were the only 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base, leaving Talent with 737. He beat every tank on the enemy team for base XP, but he's actually sitting in 7th place? Yes, 7th place when it came to base XP on his own team. So not a great day. That's why this is not a particularly great result. 11 shots fired, which is about the number you normally have to fire to get a good game. But unfortunately, in this case, there wasn't enough targets for him to get good shots on. 1 direct hit on the enemy, no penetrations, but he did get 8 splash. 717 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 5 of the enemy, killed 2. Did 1,626 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns, and that's where the third-class tanker came in. He earned 58,020 credits on a premium account, including a 50,000 mission completion. So if you take that out of the equation, he's only got a profit of 8,000. He would have made a profit on a free-to-play account, but only by virtue of that mission completion. And 2,211 experience points out of the game as well. So there you go. I'm afraid that's the highest score that's been set so far. 3rd class and a bruiser. Angelina's yet to send in a replay, but Angelina has got this habit of being able to send in a very good game just before the closing night. I say closing night. Normally that would be Saturday night. It's Saturday morning right now. So Angelina's going to have to come up with something in the next few hours before the close off and the deciding game. So hopefully we'll see a replay from Angelina later today. But for the moment, Talon's in the lead, but not by much. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.